Hey Sugar Snaps! Today I thought I would share some of the things I've been working on lately. Update on my temperature blanket project, which I started at the beginning of the year, as well as a review of the Ganxxets cotton yarn that I've been using for that. Some exciting progress on our studio bathroom remodel, a trip that Jordan and I took last weekend, and then I have a new project that I want to start, so I want to show you the yarn I got for that as well. If you're new to my channel, welcome in. My name is Brittany. Here I share tutorials and ventures in fiber and textile crafts and creativity. If you're an old friend, thanks for stopping in again. I'm glad to have you. Good morning. I wanted to share an update on my temperature blanket and hear about how your projects have been going. And if you're working on a temperature blanket as well, oop, my yarn ran away. I have gotten a few days behind. We've been working on the studio bathroom a lot of evenings and weekends and starting to work on the garden, prepping raised beds and things. So not a whole lot of extra time to work on my temperature blanket. So I'm a few days behind, but I've been trying to catch up the last few days. I wanted to show you how this is turning out. The colors I'm really pleased with. I'm using Ganxxets cotton yarn and the texture is really nice. It feels really good to work with. I am finding that this yarn, at least for crochet, the yarn splits really easily, and so I have been struggling a little bit with that. It would be marvelous to knit with because of the texture, and I really do love it to crochet with other than the splitting. It's making a really nice fabric. I'm working in a single crochet and doing this kind of zigzag pattern, and I'll show you the pattern in a few minutes. I started out doing the pattern in one way, and you probably can't see it at this distance, but I shifted about in this area to placing my stitches in a slightly different space so that it ends up looking slightly different when you look closely. And I made that adjustment because I wasn't liking how down here the points of my zigzags were kind of disappearing and creating more of a curve. So I wanted a little bit more distinct point, and I got that by positioning my stitches slightly differently. I am probably at March, I'd say 6th on this blanket, so just about 6 days behind, but this is almost 2 months going on 2.5 months worth of temperature blanket crocheting. I'm really pleased with it, really excited to continue to see it forming, and I'll show you my basket of yarn. I've put everything in this basket, and it's a lot to tote around, but I've been mostly crocheting while sitting on the couch in the evenings, so I don't have a long way to schlep this around with me. However, it's nice to be able to see all my colors and not have to go finding other colors when the temperature randomly changes. As you can see here in February, this kind of section in here, we had a lot of the same sort of temperature, but then it shifted a lot in here. So it was nice to be able to grab whatever color the day represented and just have it all in one place. But these colors are super exciting to me still, even 2.5 months or so in, and I'm really pleased that these are what I chose. I'm super grateful for Ganxxets gifting these to me, and have been really enjoying working with them. So that is my temperature blanket. I'm going to try to get caught up on this so that I'm up to date, and yeah, keep working on that. I'm going to show you the stitch that I'm doing, and I'd love to hear about how your temperature blanket project is going. And if you're not doing a temperature blanket, if you have some challenge or project that you're working on long term through the year of 2024, I'd love to hear about that in the comments below. I want to show you the stitch that I'm using on my temperature blanket, not because it's super fancy, but just if you're interested. The start of this down here, I did my chain and I did however long I wanted this blanket to be, with the calculation that the zigzag would mean that shortened a bit. And then I came in and I did the stitching that I'll show you here into each of those chains. So it created the zigzag pattern. What that's looking like is I've just stitched into the peak over here. Now this next space I'm going to catch and do a single crochet, and then 2 more single crochets in the following 2 spaces. So single crochet in that space, single crochet in this space, and then, oops, I split that yarn. and then skip this space right here to create that valley and single crochet 3 in the next 3 spaces, so 1 in each space. And now I'm up to my peak, so I'm going to send my hook through the space. I have 2 little V's here for my 2 single crochets. I'm trying to go in the space for the previous chain that I did between those single crochets. So I'll single crochet into that space, chain 1, and then single crochet into that same space, and that creates my peak right there. And then on the other side of that, I chain 1 into the next space, chain another 1 into the next, not chain, sorry, single crochet into the next space, and single crochet into this 3rd space. And then I'm at my valley right here, so I skip that one, chain into the next space, keep saying chain, single crochet into this 2nd space, single crochet up, like so. We started a studio bathroom remodel multiple months ago, and we're to the point where we've just finished the grout. Night 1 of working on the tile. This was what I accomplished. Got the ledger board in the bottom here and several rows of tile. Super excited to show you where we have so far. We have a lot of texturing and painting, and we're building a countertop and a shelf to go in here, and then we need to install the toilet. A lot of finishing touches to do, but this tiling project was my baby for many months and it is done, and I'm so excited to have this part finished and be able to move forward with some things that I feel like I'm a little bit more capable of doing. Tiling was a stretch project for me. Carpentry, building the countertop and the shelf, that's a lot more manageable. Jordan and I are going to go on a little mini vacation just for one night. We're going to take a hike, get away, rest and recharge. I've been feeling some creative burnout and I've been super hypersensitive to criticism, so I'm super excited to get away. And it also is our anniversary, so we're going to celebrate that. Yeah, really looking forward to stepping away, getting outdoors, spending some time with Jordan, and eating good food.
Good morning. We are on the road, headed to a hike. We have our snowshoes and all our gear. Here we go.
Brought my temperature blanket project for the road just in case I have time to work on it.
So, here we are.
Pretty flower.
Doppio Coffee, Hood River. We didn't order any coffee, which is crazy. We just got food. Because we already made coffee at home.
Yep. And I forgot the meat and cheese for our hike. Sad day.
You know what? It's still a win. Then we're gonna eat here.
That's a good way to look at it. Got our food, heading back to the car. How is it?
Really good.
Nice.
I'm so glad we forgot our other food.
Made it to the trailhead.
Here we go! Quite the journey to get to this point.
Yeah. Decided to forego the snowshoes
This is
because
definitely
it's quite packed.
a leisurely snow trip. We are moving like hobbits.
We meandered.
Sleep first.
Now adventure. Just reached the turnoff and we found this sign. So 2.5 miles to the Tilly Jane cabin. We want to see if the door's unlocked and we can peek in there. trail is very much uphill, and it's very snowy right now and very windy because we're coming to the top. Woohoo! We're making it. I look like I've been mountaineering and I've only been out here for like an hour. Jordan looks like he's meant to be out here. That snow hitting you in the face. It's like little ice pellets.
Type 2 fun, baby!
One of the goals for this hike was to get up to this A-frame. You can rent a spot and stay here overnight. Jordan's been wanting to come up and see it. We were gonna maybe spend the night, but there weren't any tickets available, so we decided to just come see it. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Nice. So cute. This is the upper floor.
We are heading back down the mountain, back to the car.
Heading back. Had a good cup of tea. Jordan had some coffee. And it is freezing cold, so we're gonna get moving. Hi, cute little cabin. We made it back to the car. It was a beautiful hike. So glad we did it. And we made it to the A-frame, which was a huge win because the last time we did this hike or tried this hike, when we got to the ridge, it was so windy and blizzarding that we couldn't continue. And so we turned back before we made it all the way. And this time we made it in and had our snack in there. So very pleasant time up there. We're gearing up to hop back in the car and head back to our hotel room.
Cool mechanism. Look at that thing. Very.
Whoa!
Sweet.
We are in a lift. This is a historic hotel. I think it's in 1910.
It's pretty old.
Yeah.
Yeah, not quite as smooth as modern day. And then you have to open the door.
Oh.
It doesn't open it for you.
Oh, yes.
We're just waiting.
Hello, Mr. Moose. And a cool chandelier.
So 8.
So that way. It's on the other wall. Warmed up after our hike and getting ready for dinner. we made it home. We had a great trip and a great hike, and I was thinking about several things while hiking, and I wanted to share some of those thoughts. The first being creative burnout, which I have been experiencing for several weeks now. I was thinking about it on the hike because I was starting to feel like the cobwebs in my brain were starting to get cleared away, and I was gaining some creative inspiration while outside, and realized again that going on walks and being out in nature is super creatively rejuvenating for me. So it's something that I'm going to try to incorporate into my creative practice to just keep creative burnout at bay and work through the creative burnout that I'm currently experiencing so that I can get back into the groove of making and exploring and really enjoying the process of making things. And the other one that I was thinking about, which I think goes in tandem with the creative burnout, is criticism. When we receive criticism, especially around our creative work, because often as creators and makers, we wear our heart on our sleeve, getting criticism when we are already naturally self-critical of our work, it is a little bit deeper, I think, for creators and for makers, because we've spent a lot of time putting effort into the thing that we made. We spent a lot of thought, energy, and maybe love into what we were doing or what we were making. And so I think it hits a little bit harder when we're criticized. So I've been feeling that a lot in my teaching and here online. And I just wanted to share some thoughts. I'm definitely not an expert, but I've been listening to a lot of other creators talk about how in receiving criticism, they almost quit doing what it is they were pursuing, and they pushed through and then created some amazing things. And so that just makes me think, how sad would it be if we allow the few negative voices to shut us down and limit what it is we create, when there are a multitude of others that are encouraging or positive or really receiving our work with open arms and enthusiasm. So I'm trying to learn this lesson myself, and I just wanted to share it here, that being bold and sharing our work online or sharing our work with others is how, or a way that we can share beauty with the world, share our work, and add some beauty to the world in the ways that we make things, whether that's a knitted sweater, or you spun your own yarn, or you wove your first basket, or you're a gardener, or I don't know. There's a myriad of ways that you can be creative and share that beauty with the world. So just keep creating, and let's be bold together and create. This is a lesson, like I said, that I am learning. I am by no means good at it. I still feel the weight of criticism and struggle some days to overcome just the feeling of like I can't produce anything worthwhile, or that comment just hit home way too hard. So let's not give up. Let's support one another and build a community here where we are a community of encouragement and speak encouragement into each other so that we can all create and pursue making to enrich our lives and the lives of those around us. So on that note, I just want to give a huge thank you to all of you who have left positive or encouraging comments on my YouTube channel or on our Instagram account. The team, Sherry, Bailey, and I, we really appreciate them. We read them, we take in any feedback, and we are listening to those comments. So thank you for commenting, thank you for being encouraging, and thank you for being part of the Textile Indie community. It means so much to have you here and have you be part of this creative space that we're intentionally pursuing to have an encouraging community of makers. So thanks for being part of that. Thanks for being here and supporting what we're doing. I got a package in the mail and I want to share with you what I got. So first of all, this bag is so cute. Pearl stitches on this side, knit stitches on this side, Sandnes Garn. Sandnes Garn is a Norwegian yarn company and they have a lot of different variety of yarns. So I got a Mandarin Petite. This one is in a dark, really dark navy, almost black. And then I got these. This is all in their cream or ivory. It's really, really soft yarn. It's 100% cotton. I'm very excited to work these up into a knit tank top. I'm going to use a Kudovakika pattern, the Sailor Swift tank, I believe it's called, and use this as the main color and then the navy as the stripes. And I want to get started now because it's probably going to take me until summer, if not longer, to complete this project, just because I have a lot on my project docket right now. But I couldn't help it, wanted to purchase these fibers and try out this Sandnes Garn yarn. I caught up on my rows, yay. It took several days because I was further behind than I thought, but you can see all of this beautiful color forming. I'm really excited. It really doesn't probably look that much more than the last time I showed you at the beginning of the video, but I did all of this section up at the top here, and we had a lot of days in the same kind of temperature range. And my temperature card is written specifically, well, I wrote it, so it's specific to my area, and I did kind of 5-degree increments, starting at below, well, 0 to 32 is one color because we don't get that low very often, and then from there on 5-degree increments because we tend to be more in the 50 to 70 degree range through the spring and, well, most of the time actually. So that's my kind of temperature range, but I got caught up, which feels really good because we are going to Europe in a few weeks. So excited. And I can't take this with me because all I'll be able to take is a personal item. I don't know how we're going to fit 2 weeks worth of stuff in a personal item, but we're going to do it because we're ridiculous that way. And I can't fit my temperature blanket. So 2 weeks of crochet I'm going to have to do once we get back. So because of that, I timed myself per row to kind of get a sense of how long it's going to take to catch up and how much time to set aside once we get back. And I'm averaging approximately 15 minutes per row, depending on if I'm watching a show or if I'm just sitting and focusing. So that's good to have noted. And because this is going to be a very consistent project throughout the year, I just decided that was really helpful information to know so that I can block out that time, or at least know when I sit down how long it will take me to complete a row. If you want to get updates on the Textile Indie content, subscribe to my email list. You can use this QR code or the link in the description below. We send out a twice a month email at this point where we share all the videos and blog posts and anything else notable that's been posted, as well as any current coupon codes or discounts in our shop. If you're still here at this point in the video, I want to say thank you for sticking with me. If you enjoy this type of comment, let me know in the comments. As spring and summer are drawing near and imminent, I'm thinking about doing more of these sort of vlog style videos because we have a lot of projects going on and I'd love to share the process for those. They're fun to make, so I enjoy putting them together. Well, Sugar Snaps, thanks for getting to this point with me. I appreciate you. I appreciate the community that we're building here. And if you are struggling with creative burnout or criticism, know that you're not alone and that we can work through it and continue to push through adding beauty to the world. So thanks for watching. Thanks for committing to that or thinking about committing to that mentality. And until my next video, happy making. Bye.